Hello, and welcome to the RBA channel, the go-to place for professionals and creatives transitioning from corporate life to online business. In today's video, we're going to talk about a step-by-step process that helps professionals or creatives transitioning online and starting an online business learn who their ideal audiences are, and then hone in on more specific aspects of those audiences that will drive more traffic and sales. If you had an offline business before, you'd look to your neighborhood and community for your audience. But the advantage of being online is that your community can be anywhere in the world. But how to find this much larger pool of potential customers? Well, this video will help you pinpoint them. If you're interested in discovering all about your audience and how to better monetize your online business, then this video is perfect for you. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to find an ideal audience for your online product or service, no matter what it is you're selling. So, if you're ready to discover all about your audience and how to better monetize your online business, grab your free PDF copy now if you haven't already. The link is also in the description box below, and follow along. I'm going to begin by covering the importance of your audience, then go over 4 steps you can take to hone in on your ideal audience. Knowing your audience is the cornerstone of building a successful business. Your customers' pain points and goals give you an angle for how your product or service can help solve their problems or help them achieve their goals. This information also helps you determine where specifically you might be struggling in your own business. Do you get a lot of traffic but struggle how to convert? Or are you just starting and trying to build community? Do you put plenty of content out, but the message seems to be falling on deaf ears? Are you actively attempting to sell and getting crickets? In all these cases, your audience is the biggest factor. Your audience is the foundation of everything in your online business. By understanding your community, you also have more clarity on branding, messaging, and sales copy. It all starts from here. So let's dive into the steps you can take to find your target audience. The first step on how to know and map your target audience is to find prospects through your competition. Prospects are people that when they encounter your product or service, they may not even know they have a problem. Use competitor websites to see how they make prospects aware of, and then reveal a path towards solving the problem. To begin, we'll be using this table to keep track of your competitors. You want to add at least 3 competitors, and you're looking for websites you think are a good fit. Does the website speak to at least 85% of what your product service is, or the audience you like to serve? If not, continue trying other keywords until you do find matches. The next part is to know any demographic or psychographic data you find. Demographics are things like age, gender, location, etc. And psychographics are things like lifestyle, hobbies, dreams, goals, pain points, struggles, how they learn best, their strengths and weaknesses, etc. We'll be using holistic wellness as a running example. So you input the industry keyword holistic wellness into Google as well as the PDF, and then you search. The first one is medium, so it's a bit of everything. So this first one will be the best competitor. And it's a blog, so we make sure we go to their homepage first. And it is the Well Essentials. So we copy and paste their name as well as their URL. And then the next thing we do is start scanning the website for any keywords and phrases that will help fill in the blanks. So the first thing I notice is the New England there, which is a demographic location. Another common place to look on websites is the About page. So I scan here for any keywords and phrases, and one that sticks out is the phrase inspire and connect, which means one of their psychographic problems or struggles could be the opposite. They're uninspired and feel disconnected. And so I continue to scan, and I see the phrase about seasonal and cultural recipes, to slow living tradition and conscious adventures around the world. So that is something that this site does uniquely or better. So I'll add that of something the competitors do better, and that can also inform your own positioning for your product and service. So through this process, you continue to add data. Moving on to the next step on how to know and map your target audience, and that is finding leads through Google Trends and YouTube. Leads are people who understand their problem and are considering if your product and service is the right choice for them to solve their problem. Google Trends. We continue with our industry keyword of holistic wellness and putting it into the PDF as well. And this will show United States at first, but online we are worldwide. And this gives an overview of the 12-month trend. But to really get an idea of whether it's uptrending or downtrending, we plug in the last 5 years. And so that's slightly uptrending. And down here you get to see related topics, which are other potential keywords or phrases that you can use, whatever sticks out to you, like pain management or mental health, and add that to the PDF as well. This will depend on your industry as well as your audience. And then you can just continue to go and search for more of such terms. And now this can also combine with what you found with put yoga in as well with your competition. And these are by rising or top. Top is the over time, and rising, it's what happens most recently. So alternative medicine is another thing, say, that sticks out. And add that to the list. And continuing on. And another part of Google Trends is the related queries, which are things that your audience is searching for. And so it's the same process here, divided the same way between rising and top. And you just go through and, again, search for any related keywords or phrases. And so that is that. Another part of Google Trends is this compare thing. You can search for related terms like health and wellness, just to see how that compares. And you see this is a much bigger search term, so I'm going to immediately add that to Google Trends. So for copy purposes or whatever, instead of using holistic wellness, health and wellness may provide better research data. And as you can see, there's also a related queries section for this as well. And you can do the same thing, see if anything else sticks out, start seeing maybe any patterns or trends between the trends you've seen so far with audience and competition. And another thing that could be similar is self-care. And you notice this is pretty similar trending as health and wellness, so you can also add that to the PDF and keep that in mind for the future as well. And similarly, we have the related queries. Next, we go to YouTube to confirm this demand. And what you're looking for here is a very high view to subscriber ratio. So we start by putting in the first key term, which was holistic wellness, and I recorded the data here. Unfortunately, this only had one where the view to subscribe ratio was high. So we refined the search by including what Google Trends told us was a related, more trendy topic, and that was, of course, the health and wellness. And in this case, I did the same thing, went through the top 5 videos, recorded the data, and in this case, there was a high view to subscribe ratio for each one of my queries. And then that confirmed Google Trends, which confirmed that the health and wellness was a good keyword. If the majority of the selected videos do not have such ratios, try modifying the search. If it still doesn't work, you may want to reconsider the problem your product or service offers, or possibly your offering itself until you do find a high percentage of such videos. Moving on to the third step on how to know and map your target audience, finding customers through Amazon. Next, you find out who your ideal customers are, the people primed and already buying things similar to your product or service. While this step is easier for product-based businesses, it can still apply to service-based businesses if you search for books similar to your service offering. Go ahead and change our place in the PDF, putting our holistic wellness keyword in, and we change to books, because we're going for a service-based business, and put in holistic wellness. And then it here depends on your service offering. These are more like spiritual. This one's more nutritional related. So let's say we get here, that's what you're interested in. And I record the book title in the section here. And then very similar to your competitor website, you try to look for any data in the description that can relate to either demographics, psychographics, or sales copy. So one thing here is energy you deserve and start losing weight in a healthy, balanced way. That can definitely be a psychographic goal. So we add that to the psychographic list. And continuing on, looking for any other keywords that stand out. And so I see here the starvation diet, unrealistic cleanses, or going hungry. Those can be an audience concern or fear. So I add that to the list. And then continuing to scroll down. Yeah, this easy, doable, stress-free, uncomplicated, jargon-free way, that screams sales copy. So I add that there. And even down here, I notice that there's even bullet points, which is good for more sales copy. And again, these are customers, so they bought the product. So using language like this could very well get your audiences on board as well. Not copying directly, but using that as inspiration. And another way you can use Amazon is through the reviews. And so when I see this review says fitness, healthy eating, and overall wellness, that's definitely a psychographic of hobbies, their lifestyle. And now let's look at some of this 2-star review. So this is a good thing. It said, there just wasn't enough pictures. I need some type of photos so I know what the end product will look like. Now, this is good data to add so you know potential gaps that you can address potentially if you're using a book yourself, or maybe just on your website. If you have a recipe section, then you can add more pictures yourself, and that can help differentiate. So in this way, you use Amazon to help find potential customers. Repeat this process with more top sellers in every relevant category you can find. Now, with that out of the way, let's move on to the next step on how to know and map your target audience. And that is confirming your research with surveys, focus groups, and social media. By now, you should have a good idea of who your ideal audience should be, and have mapped how your product or service can help them, with plenty of sales copy, educational, and inspirational copy to go along with it. Your research length is up to you. In general, the more the better. But also, this is all theoretical until you actually make a sale. So that's where leveraging social media comes in. With Holistic Wellness, we'll be using Instagram as the channel. In this case, we'll go back to our competitor and look at their Instagram page. In general, you want to use the words and phrases that you've accumulated up to this point and start searching for accounts and posts. And so in this case, I'll just record the account and then start looking at a post that this person does. And then I will be recording the hashtags that they use for future reference. And the idea is you want to reach out to other accounts that use hashtags like these with likes, comments, or even DMs. If you get a decent response, you're probably onto something. Another way you can confirm your findings is by using surveying. Some good questions to start with. What are you most struggling with as it relates to your industry? What products and services are they currently using? And how do they use them? What do customers think of the products and services? Are they solving multiple problems, one problem, or no problems? Have they switched products or services? Why? You can distribute these surveys through Instagram stories one at a time, or creatively use them as call to actions in your captions. Another thing you can do is to ask them these questions in Facebook groups, ideally if you have your own. This 4-step process of competitive analysis using Google Trends and YouTube, leveraging Amazon, and confirming through social media and surveys is actually a cycle. You update the data you get about your audience regularly. This also means what you find in step 2 by comparing different searches could inform the step 1 competitors you search for. You continuously hone in by using all of these steps together, not necessarily in order. It's a good idea to update this every quarter in general or whenever a major change or trend in your industry takes place. Now, at this point in the video, you learned why audience is so important to know for having a consistently profitable online business, and the step-by-step cycle you can use to help uncover yours. This guide is just the beginning though. With this information, you can actually build all other aspects of your business. For instance, once you know your target audience, you can develop an effective bio section for your Instagram page or other social media. Use it to pitch to blogs, podcasts, for collaborations or partnerships, and even in your sales pages. To find out more on how to compose a great bio description, check out this video, also in the description box below, where we cover it all. Thanks for watching today's video. Be sure to like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. See you next time.